Welcome back. You're watching Editors Roundtable. This week, we saw the Nifty gain about 1%, the mid-cap index gained close to about 2%. Banks, metals did exceedingly well. But looking ahead to next week, well, there are two big cues. One is the IPO market is red hot. Nearly 30,000 crore worth of paper is hitting the markets next week. Tata Cap will be the big one, 15,000 crore. LG Electronics, about 12,000. And then the WeWork offer for sale of about 3,000 crore. So we'll test the market's appetite for liquidity and interest. But secondly, even the earnings season kicks off, and it starts as always with TCS on 9th. But the following week is when we're going to get bulk of the big earnings. So whether it's Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, all of them will fall in the 13th to 18th week. So what do you expect now? For starters, Q2 is likely to be a fairly stable quarter. There is no improvement in demand, but there hasn't been a deterioration in demand. In terms of revenue growth, Infy is likely to lead 1.8%. You've got about a 1.5% revenue growth expected from HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra. TCS could be a bit tepid, just about 0.3%. The rupee depreciation of nearly 2.5% has turned out to be a tailwind for margins, and that could absorb some of the AI-led deflation, any pricing pressure. So margins, at least, cursory, there should be some expansion in margins when we looked at Infy and TCS in Q2. Infy by about 50 basis points, TCS by about 20 basis points sequentially. And also wage hikes have been largely on hold so far at least. So what will you watch? In terms of guidance, for Infosys, only if the upper end is changed will it be material. Now, when Infy came out with their guidance, they were very conservative at 1 to 3%. Actual estimates were always between 2, 2.5, going up to 3%. Now, they've also done one acquisition, which is not priced in, but the street is saying that maybe they'll tighten. They'll bring the lower end of the guidance up. But only if the upper end, that's 3%, is tweaked and raised, will it be material? But that's not expected. HCL Tech is likely to keep the margin revenue guidance unchanged at 3 to 5%. What will you watch? Again, AI-related deflation, because the Cognizant, management, when one of the analysts met them in a non-deal roadshow, they indicated that the AI-led deflation in renewals is actually quite high. So any sort of pricing pressure, the H1B, there is going to be an impact on the cost of on-site. That's going to be tracked very closely. But broadly, the Nifty IT has been such an underperformer, 25% underperformance year to date, with the Nifty IT index down 21%.